What if the biggest thing standing between you and the life you want isn't a lack of talent, money, or time, but a hidden enemy living inside your own mind? Napoleon Hill claimed to have spent 20 years studying the most successful people on Earth. According to Hill, he interviewed more than 500 of the richest and most successful men of his time, among them Andrew Carnegie, Henry Ford, and Thomas Edison. These claims have never been independently verified, but the ideas he drew from that research have influenced millions of people worldwide. And after all that research, Hill said he found something that stopped him cold. Every single human being, no matter how smart, how educated, how talented, is haunted by 6 ghosts. 6 invisible fears that quietly destroy your dreams, poison your relationships, and keep you stuck in a life smaller than the one you deserve. Today, we're going to name them, face them, and learn how to beat them. In 1937, Napoleon Hill published one of the most powerful books ever written about the human mind and success. Think and Grow Rich, one of the best-selling self-help books of all time, with tens of millions of copies sold. A book that has influenced lives around the world, even as questions have been raised about some of the stories behind it. But hidden in its final chapter is perhaps the most important warning Hill ever wrote, and this part, the ideas themselves, stands on its own regardless of the debate around his biography. He called them the 6 ghosts of fear, not because they're supernatural, but because they live in just one place: your mind. And like all ghosts, they are most dangerous when you don't know they're there. Let's meet them one by one. Fear #1, the fear of poverty. Hill called this the most harmful fear of all 6. Not because being poor is the worst thing that can happen, but because the fear of poverty is. Think about this. During the Great Depression in 1929, millions of Americans didn't just lose their money. They lost their courage first. Because the fear of poverty kills your drive. It destroys your imagination. It keeps you frozen, always waiting for the perfect moment instead of just moving forward. The warning signs: putting things off, making excuses, playing it too safe, seeing problems before possibilities, and the cruelest sign of all, just taking whatever life hands you without ever asking for more. Ask yourself honestly, are you afraid to bet on yourself because you might lose what little you have? Are you staying in a job you hate because at least it pays? That invisible cage is fear #1. Fear #2, the fear of criticism. This one hides so well, most people don't even see it as fear. They call it being careful, or being realistic, or not wanting to embarrass myself. But Hill saw it clearly. The fear of what other people will think is the single greatest destroyer of human potential. It's why talented people never start their business, why creative people never share their work, why brilliant minds stay quiet in rooms full of people playing small. The warning signs: no confidence, copying others instead of being yourself, staying quiet to avoid taking a stand, hiding your real opinions to keep the peace. How many ideas have you buried because you were scared of what someone might say? That is fear #2, and it has stolen more dreams than failure ever could. Fear #3, the fear of ill health. Here's something surprising that Napoleon Hill discovered. Many people who visit doctors aren't actually sick with a real disease. They are suffering from worry, anxiety-driven symptoms caused by the fear of being sick. Today, we call this health anxiety. Hill describes an experiment. 3 people walked up to a healthy man one after another, each saying, "You don't look well. Are you feeling okay?" By the 3rd person, the man was genuinely starting to feel ill. That's how powerful your mind is. Fear alone can create symptoms of sickness. The warning signs? Always talking about being sick. Using imaginary illness to dodge responsibility. Letting health worries eat up the energy you need to build your life. Hill's fix is simple. Stop feeding the fear with attention. Busy people rarely worry about getting sick, they're too focused on actually living. Fear #4 The fear of losing love. Hill called this the most painful of all 6 fears. The terror of losing someone you love, or never being loved at all. This fear, when left alone, doesn't just cause pain, it becomes a weapon we use against ourselves and the people we care about. It turns into jealousy, the need to control, finding fault in others just to feel safer, staying in toxic relationships, spending money you don't have to buy love and approval. The warning signs? Jealousy without reason, constant suspicion, needing reassurance all the time, the inability to trust. The greatest love you can give another person starts with the love you give yourself. And you can't do that when you're consumed by the fear of losing love. This is fear number 4. Fear #5 The fear of old age. Here's one of the strangest of all 6 fears. The fear of getting old most often hits people not when they are old, but around age 40. Right when they are at the peak of their wisdom, experience, and mental strength, they start to believe they are already past their best years. They stop taking risks. They stop starting new things. They tell themselves, "It's too late for me." Hill called this a tragic lie. He pointed out that most of history's greatest achievements in science, business, and art were accomplished by people between the ages of 40 and 60. The warning signs? Apologizing for your age. Giving up on new ideas because "I'm too old." Feeling less than around younger people. Your most powerful years may still be ahead of you, but only if you refuse to let fear number 5 tell you your story is already over. Fear #6 The fear of death. And finally, the fear that Hill called the cruelest of all. The fear of death. Not because death itself is cruel, but because the terror of it robs so many people of the ability to truly live. Hill believed this fear comes mostly from not knowing what happens after we die. And that fear of the unknown, he said, is often used by others to control us. His answer was simple and strong. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only change form. Life is energy. So perhaps life never truly ends, it just changes. But even if you don't believe that, Hill offers a simpler truth. Death is coming for all of us. It cannot be stopped. And the only smart thing to do is make the most amazing use of the time you have before it arrives. The warning sign? Spending your time thinking about dying instead of actually living. The best cure for the fear of death is a burning desire to build something that matters and to serve others. A person with a powerful purpose has no time to fear death. They are too busy creating their legacy. 6 ghosts, 6 invisible enemies, and 1 weapon that beats all of them. Napoleon Hill's answer wasn't complicated. but it asks everything from you. Decision. A firm, committed, unshakable decision to face each fear and refuse to let it run your life. Decide to reject the fear of poverty by asking more of yourself. Decide to silence the fear of criticism by doing what you believe no matter what anyone says. Decide to stop feeding your health worries and start feeding your ambition instead. Decide that you are worthy of love and that you won't destroy relationships with jealousy and insecurity. Decide that your best years are not behind you, they are waiting for you to claim them. And decide to live so fully, so on fire, with purpose, that you simply have no time left to fear death. Fear is not your enemy. Fear is information. It's your mind trying to keep you safe. But when fear becomes the one writing your life story, that's when it destroys you. Napoleon Hill gave us a gift, the ability to see these fears clearly, call them by name, and choose a different path. If this video helped you see yourself even just a little more clearly, then it did its job. Drop a comment. Which of the 6 fears do you think has held you back the most? Be honest with yourself. That's where change begins. If you want more lessons on mindset, habits, and what it really takes to build a life you're proud of, subscribe to Focus Equation. Because growth isn't an accident, it's an equation.